We got some breaking news for the Brooklyn Nets. They have acquired former All-Star forward Blake Griffin from the Detroit Pistons. I have a Nets fan on Facebook. He's very excited about this. I don't know how everybody else feels about it. So let's get to it. He's a six-time All-Star. Obviously, he won the no, not defensive player of the year, rookie of the year. I think it was in 2010, 2011. Was that right? Is that right, Mario?
29, 2010. He was in the
2010.
same
All right.
draft as
Yeah.
Steph Curry.
And I think that year too, he was on the NBA All Rookie team. I'm pretty sure he was on an All NBA team a few times as well. I can't remember. Um, I'll have Mario look that up for you just to correct me. But with that being said, obviously, Blake Griffin has been plagued with injuries, so his style of play has been kind of altered because of that. And with his 20 games with Detroit this season, he averaged 12.3 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 3.9 assists. And this was reported by the GOAT himself, Adrian Wojnarowski. Yeah, so Mario, with that being said, I'll start off with you. What do you think of Brooklyn Nets acquiring Blake Griffin?
Well, first of all, congratulations to Blake Griffin on signing with the Brooklyn Nets or being traded to the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, and to answer your question, he's a five-time All NBA selection, so he's made a few of them. So yeah, I don't know how to feel about this thing, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think it's like, don't get me like Blake Griffin. Obviously, he's not the same player that we're accustomed to. This year it's kind of been a down year for him. But I don't know how to feel about this thing. I really don't. I told my I told my roommate, I was like, I think it's just like another signing in my. It seems like just another signing. Not that he wouldn't have any value. I just don't know how you could use him. He's a good player. I just don't know how you could use him. The Brooklyn Nets, they said in this article, they said that they imagine him as being a small ball center, alternating off the bench. So I mean, that could be really something if they start with Blake Griffin going off the bench and he ends up becoming like a six man and he does a very good job at it. He could win a six man of the year award. Which I think six men are very important in the NBA. Obviously, you can't have your starters playing for a total of 48 minutes every game. Obviously, those six men are really going to do a lot of work, especially when the starters are not on the court. Um, I can't picture him really as a starter, to be honest with you. I can't. I can't picture him as a center, to be honest with you, neither. Like I just don't see Blake Griffin as a center. Power forward, yes. A small forward, yes. A six man, yeah. I can't picture him as a center, to be real with you. My roommate was like, maybe you could put Kevin Durant as a center. I don't like that idea neither, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't know how you could possibly fit Blake Griffin into this team and end up becoming better. I just don't understand how you could do it. Now that's going to be all. I'm not saying it could never happen. We're obviously going to have to watch the Brooklyn Nets and see how Blake Griffin does with them to know. But I mean, when you have so many stars in that team, when you have Kevin Durant, when you have James Harden, when you have Kyrie Irving, when you have DeAndre Jordan, you don't want to call DeAndre Jordan a star, fine, but he's a pretty decent center. And last but not least, Joe Harris, who couple who last year won a 3-point contest against Steph Curry. That's a very valuable piece to your team too. So when you really think about it, it's I don't know, man. I don't know how to say it. And he agreed to a deal. So and that's why exactly what I forgot. My bad. My apologies. He wasn't traded. He agreed to a deal
For the
and
rest of the season.
He was released by the Pistons earlier this season. He has a lot of money. They said career savings earnings. He has 255 million. So I think that's really good. Obviously, you could definitely live off that as an NBA player without a doubt. I just don't know how you. I just don't know exactly what role Blake Griffin could possibly have. I can't really see him producing that much as a off the bench center. I'm sorry, I can't. So, I mean, with that being said, though, I do wish Blake Griffin the best of luck. I do wish the Brooklyn Nets the best of luck. Obviously, they got another guy that everybody in the NBA should be worrying about. The Brooklyn Nets are a bad team. They were a bad team before, and they're going to be a very bad team with him adding to it. And in case people are like, confused, I don't mean bad as in like the Nets suck. I mean bad as like that's a dangerous team right there. So,
Like
I
how we
mean, with
mean
that being said, though,
bad man.
that's a bad team right there.
Hmm.
But nah, in all reality, I wish the Brooklyn Nets the best of luck. I wish Blake Griffin the best of luck. I just don't understand I just don't know where exactly you can fit him to where you're producing even more. And it's kind of hard to envision the Brooklyn Nets producing even more.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Obviously, I just want to wish congratulations to and best of luck to Blake Griffin and the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, I've been trying to wrap my head around this for the past couple of days too. It's happened over the weekend. I'm just like, do they? I asked myself this one question: do the Nets even need any more? Like
Right.
that's the question I asked myself. I'm like, you got James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, like you said, Joe Harris. You got all these other players, and that's why I asked that question. Is like you already got a loaded team. You're second in the East behind the Sixers, and you're obviously a top team in the NBA. So I mean, obviously the question asked, how is he going to fit into this production of the Brooklyn Nets? How is he going to fit into some improvements or whatever? Obviously, like you said, he could be a six man. That could be a viable option. But I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. I'm pretty confused by it myself. I
Right.
didn't see the Brooklyn Nets getting another player this year. I mean, I felt like once they got James Harden, that was it. That's the guy they've been going at for a while now. Before it even happened, there was a rumor that he was going to go to the Nets. It was a rumor for a couple months until it finally became a reality. So
Right.
once they got James Harden, I was like, that's it. They don't even need anybody else. So that's why I'm really confused on this. But
Right. And the
I
only
don't know. Maybe they'll figure something out with Blake Griffin. I'm not too
right.
sure what their plans are with them.
And the only thing I could picture for Blake Griffin is I can't off the bench center. I can't picture that for Blake Griffin. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't. The only thing I could picture for Blake Griffin is off the bench, like six man. You play like small forward and power forward, depending on so KD's in, obviously most likely he's gonna be playing power forward. You get small forward, or switch it around, maybe even switch it around. KD gets small forward, you get power forward. You're off the bench, you're being a power forward, small forward. Because I cannot see this man starting over Joe Harris. I can't see it.
Yeah, especially the fact that his career's been riddled with injury, which is something I was just gonna get to.
Right.
It's just like, at this point, I would say like he can make a comeback, but like ever since those injuries happened, his career kind of took a bit of a dip. But who's to say he can't? He can still revive his career. I mean, isn't he like 31 years old? Yeah,
Yeah, he's pretty young.
yeah. So time, he's still got time on his side. So I mean, he could have his career dip up a bit. But those injuries, as of right now, look like they have taken a toll on Blake Griffin, and it's definitely changed the perspective of his career as far as he wanted it to go. So that's another question. When he does play, will those injuries, that he recovered from, have an effect on his level of play? Which I hope not. But as many injuries as he's had over the last decade, it looks like it's taking a toll. Which I honestly I wish him the best of luck because seeing players injured, that sucks, man. It really does, and it really changes and it really alters your physical health forever. And that's just the thing you got to live with, especially with injuries. So with that being said, good luck to Blake Griffin with the Brooklyn Nets, and good luck to the Brooklyn Nets moving forward.